Let me ask you something. Why do most people struggle with money? Is it because they're bad at math? Nope. Is it because they don't earn enough? Not really. The real reason is your relationship with money keeps changing, and nobody ever tells you that it's supposed to change. What works at 25 won't work at 45, and if you don't adapt, even a good plan starts feeling totally wrong. Here's the truth. The way you save and spend money at 30 is not how you'll do it at 50 or 70. Your priorities shift, your fears change, your goals evolve. And today, I'm breaking down exactly what changes at each stage of life and what you should do about it. So let's dive in. Stage 1 is your 20s to early 30s. I call this the fragile money phase. Here's the reality. The average person under 35 has a net worth of only $39,000, and half of all people have less than that. Now, this doesn't mean you're failing, it just means you're early. You're early in your career, early in building wealth. At this stage, three big things are happening. First, your income is all over the place. Job stability? Not great. One layoff or emergency can mess up months of progress. Second, you probably have big debts. Student loans, car payments, maybe your first mortgage. Third, the future feels fake. Like you know you should save for retirement, but it feels so far away that it doesn't feel real. This is why your investment behavior goes to extremes. Some people think, I can't afford to lose anything, so they stay super conservative. Others think, I'm young, I'll take huge risks, and they go crazy aggressive. Both are emotional reactions, not logical ones. Here's what actually matters in your 20s and 30s. Research shows that staying invested matters way more than picking the perfect stock or fund. A few messy years in your 20s, honestly, they won't matter much when you look back 30 years later. What does matter? Just start investing. Keep contributing. Don't stop. The biggest mistake you can make is stopping completely. So here's your action plan. 1. Automate your savings, even if it's just $50 a month. 2. Automate your retirement contributions. 3. Pick a simple investment plan and stick with it. 4. Stop tweaking everything. Stop restarting. Just stay in the game. You don't need the perfect portfolio today. You need a portfolio you're still putting money into 10 years from now. Make sense? If you're finding this helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. All right, stage 2, your mid-30s to 50s. This is the anxiety phase. This is when things get interesting and stressful. Your net worth starts growing fast. Maybe you're making more money, maybe you and your partner both work, you're saving more. But here's the weird part. As your money grows, your fear grows too. Why? Because now you have something to lose. Studies show that losing $1,000 feels twice as painful as gaining $1,000 feels good. So someone with $200,000 saved is often more stressed than someone with $20,000. The question shifts from how do I grow this to how do I not screw this up? And this is where people start doing dangerous things. They check their account every single day. They panic when the market drops 2%. They constantly change their strategy. But here's the truth. More checking does not equal better results. In fact, research shows the opposite. People who check too much make emotional decisions, and emotional decisions usually lose money. The disciplined investor beats the busy investor every time. So what should you do at this stage? 1. Stop checking your accounts every day. Maybe once a month is enough. 2. Stick to a schedule. Rebalance once or twice a year. Don't react to news headlines. 3. Use mental buckets. Put short-term money in one bucket for house, car, wedding. Put long-term money in another bucket for retirement. When you separate your money this way, market drops feel less scary. 4. Protect your behavior, not just your returns. The biggest threat to your money isn't the market, it's you panicking and selling at the wrong time. Remember, stay calm, stay consistent. Before we move on, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I make videos like this to help you build wealth smarter. Stage 3. Late 50s to early 70s. This is the pre-retirement phase. Your net worth is probably at its highest point ever. Your retirement accounts are big, your house is mostly paid off, but here's what's wild. Even though you have more money than ever before, your fear is also at its highest. Why? Because you're worried about timing. What if the market crashes right after I retire? What if I can't recover? These decisions feel final now. You can't just work longer and save more anymore. So what do people do? They get way too conservative way too early. The average person reduces their stock investments by 15 to 25% between their early 50s and early 70s, often before they should. And here's the surprising part. Most retirees actually underspend. They spend 20 to 40% less than what their money could safely support. Why? Fear of running out, worries about healthcare costs, and as people get older, they naturally simplify and spend less anyway. At this stage, risk feels totally one-sided. A market drop feels like a disaster. A market gain, nice, I guess. Research shows that retirees care way more about stable, predictable income than about having the biggest possible account balance. People don't retire on portfolios. They retire on paychecks. So what should you do at this stage? 1. Think of your wealth as monthly income, not just the big number. 2. Make your income streams as visible and predictable as possible. 3. Create 2 buckets, a near-term bucket that's stable and easy to access, and the long-term bucket that keeps growing to protect against inflation. 4. Design for emotional peace, not spreadsheet perfection. You're not trying to squeeze out every last percentage point. You're building something that lets you sleep at night. Remember, an unused dollar at 85 doesn't give you peace of mind at 65. Spend confidently when you can. All right, if you're getting value from this, please share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Stage 4, mid-70s and beyond. This is later retirement, and it looks totally different from everything before. At this point, your main goal is simple. Peace of mind, ease, no stress. The data shows that spending naturally goes down with age, and it's not because people run out of money, it's because priorities change, health changes, energy levels change. At this stage, people don't want complexity. They don't want 10 different accounts or complicated strategies. They want simplicity. They want to know, is money coming in every month? Are my bills covered? Am I okay? Monthly income becomes everything. Having multiple accounts and complex strategies now feels like a burden, not sophistication. And here's what the research shows. Simpler systems work better. Fewer decisions mean fewer mistakes. A plan that's 90% efficient but easy to follow will beat a plan that's 100% perfect but super complicated. At this stage, money is about comfort and meaning. People start asking, am I doing okay? Is this simple enough? Can I stop worrying about my finances and just enjoy my life? So what should you do? Simplify everything. Reduce the number of accounts. Reduce the number of decisions you have to make. Focus on clear, predictable income. Make it easy to understand. Make it easy to maintain. All right, let's zoom out. When you look at the big picture, there are 3 massive shifts that happen with money over your lifetime. Shift number 1, you go from saving money to spending money. And this is way harder than people expect. For decades, you're trained to save, delay, optimize, but almost nobody teaches you how to spend confidently without fear. Even financially secure retirees hesitate to spend their own money. They worry about making irreversible decisions. Building wealth is one skill. Using wealth is a completely different skill. Shift number 2, risk tolerance is emotional, not logical. In theory, the more money you have, the more risk you should be able to take. But in real life, the opposite happens. As your account grows, you become more aware of what you could lose. Fear grows alongside wealth. That's why investors with more money are often less comfortable with risk, even when the math says they could handle it. Shift number 3. Feeling safe often conflicts with what actually works. Holding too much cash, being too conservative, de-risking too early. These things feel safe in the moment, but over time, they hurt you. They increase the risk of running out of money. They reduce your confidence to spend. The tension between emotional safety and financial reality is biggest in retirement, and ignoring it is one of the biggest mistakes people make. So here's the bottom line. Success isn't about using the same strategy your whole life. It's about evolving your plan as you evolve. The biggest mistake is sticking to one mindset when your life has moved on. So what do you think? How has your relationship with money changed over time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. If you got anything out of this video, please hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe for weekly videos on money and investing. And if you know someone who could benefit from this, share it with them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.